Hey everybody, welcome to Rock Doctor Adventures. If you've never been here before, I'm the Rock Doctor and this is Rock Doctor Dad. And for those who don't know, Rock Doctor Dad, he's, how old are you again?
98.
He's 98 years old. So, and he's had a little bit of a little traumatic experiences lately. So he's recovered from a broken ankle and a broken hip. So we're getting him back in the videos again. So how's your hip doing?
It's doing great right now.
And you're walking back with the cane again.
Yes.
So he's he had a walker there for a while, but now he's walking with the cane. So he's doing fantastic, and we're happy to have him here on our little adventure today. And we have come to Thompson Springs, Utah. Now, there's not much left in Thompson Springs, Utah.
No.
In fact, it's pretty much a ghost town. Behind us, you can see Rock Doctor Wife is filming for us. Behind, you can see some of the old buildings here in Thompson Springs. Thompson Springs was established in about 1883 when the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad came through here. So Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad came through here, and what do you think they used the siding for here in Thompson Springs in 1883?
What? To build homes.
Well, there were a few homes here, and there was mostly ranches and farms. So
Right.
in 1883, the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad, those ranches and farms would load their cattle onto the railroad here at Thompson Springs.
Oh.
Now, the original name was just Thompson. In fact, when the post office was established here, post office was established in 1890, and actually it officially still lists the town as being called Thompson.
Thompson.
But it's Thompson Springs. So the residents who live here, they refer to it as Thompson Springs. And during the last census, how many people do you think live in Thompson Springs?
50.
That's actually a pretty good guess. It's actually, I think, around in the 30s.
Oh,
So
really?
30 people, 30 hardy souls live out here in Thompson Springs. Now, we're not out in the middle of nowhere here. For those who are familiar with eastern Utah, Thompson Springs is pretty close to a place called Crescent Junction. And Crescent Junction is where you turn off of I-70 and you head down south to Moab, Utah.
Moab.
So Moab is a very, very famous location, and home to Arches National Park and Canyonlands National Park. And so Moab is out there. But Thompson Springs is where we're coming today. And we're going to take a look around Thompson Springs. There's a few historic buildings left in town. And then we're going to be heading out of Thompson Springs to see a place that you're going to have to stay tuned to. And it is absolutely spectacular outside of Thompson Springs. And we're heading up a place called Sego Canyon. So if you've never been up Sego Canyon, stay tuned to the end of this video, because it is absolutely fantastic up Sego Canyon and what we're about ready to show you. So how about we hop back in the car, we take a look at Thompson Springs really quick, and then we head up Sego Canyon and take a look at what the mystery of Sego Canyon has to offer us.
It sounds like a winner to me.
All right, let's go. Let's head on down the road and see Thompson Springs and Sego Canyon. Join us. This is pretty much looking up the main street of Thompson Springs, and then you're going to see the Thompson Motel here. And then of course, this is the one intersection in Thompson Springs, and then the continuation of Main Street. And then you are out of town. Now, if you go off to your right, that is where we're eventually going to be heading. And if I come around, we cross the railroad track, which was originally put in the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad, and we are heading up that canyon right there into the Petroglyphs of Utah. So We're going to see what is up there. It is absolutely spectacular. You do not want to miss what is up in Sego Canyon. Here is the old Thompson Motel. Now it has seen better days for sure, but boy, if this place could talk, I'll tell you what, it's right across the street from the railroad. So I would imagine that people would ride the train and they would get off the train and they would be welcomed by the Thompson Motel. Now it's obviously no longer in use, but one of the many historic structures here in Thompson Springs, Utah. The railroad factored into obviously the development and early success of Thompson Springs, and it's still here. It's still used. With the interstate coming through here, I-70 really took a lot of the traffic away from the Thompson Springs area. So now I-70 is the major thoroughfare through here, and you don't really even have to exit off to see Thompson Springs. We've arrived at the old Thompson Springs School. Looks according to the sign here, Thompson's one-room school was established in 1907. I do not believe that it is still in use as a school. And the last I read online was that someone was using this for storage, and it was private to not venture into the building. So we're not going to go in, but we'll take a look at what it looks like on the outside. And it definitely looks like someone is using this for storage. There's some concrete piping and that sort of thing. It looks like a wellhead, or maybe looks like an old fire hydrant that's sitting there. So we don't want to disturb what's going on. But this is the old Thompson Spring one-room schoolhouse. So we'll take a look at the back side of the school. I would say the TSSD stands for Thompson Springs School District. And looks like the windows are all boarded up. Up in Sego Canyon, the mystery of Sego Canyon is not necessarily the coal mines that were located up here and the old ghost town of Sego, but right behind me, right up here, these are the newest petroglyphs in Sego Canyon. So the newest, meaning 1700s to 1800s, and they are Ute in origin. Now, the way we can kind of get an idea as far as the date is concerned is because if you take a look at the panel, and I'll put a little bit bigger image, and I know that we're a little bit far away from it, but we can no longer go over to the panels. They're restoring the areas. But there are horses that are depicted in the panel, and the Utes acquired horses sometime between 1700 and 1800. So having horses in the panels, that kind of gives you an idea as far as the timeline is concerned. Now, these are petroglyphs. These have been pecked into the side of the rock, and they are pecked into the sandstone, and you can see the black that is up on the sandstone. That's manganese dioxide. Now, it doesn't rain down here often, and it does snow occasionally, but not often. And as that water melts, and as far as snow is concerned, it percolates down through the sandstone. There are minerals that are picked up in the sandstone, and it leaches out the front of the cliff face as these black streaks, and these black streaks are called manganese dioxide. Now, In places where there are a lot of manganese dioxide, you can actually peck into the manganese dioxide, and because of the very little rainfall this area gets, those images will stay there virtually forever unless they are defaced. And unfortunately, you can see in the image behind me, you can see that someone has decided that they needed to put their initials of PS and FB and deface the Ute petroglyphs, which is, one, it's a crime, and two, it just, why? Don't do that. You know, I mean, I try to come out and show you these areas, but you know, it's not because we want to deface these. We want to preserve these sites forever. So please, when you come out and you visit these, you don't have to leave your mark. They were already left. So enjoy what is here, preserve what is here, protect what is here, so future generations like Rock Doctor Son and Rock Doctor Daughter can enjoy them, and their kids will be able to enjoy them. So please don't carve your initials in the panels when you come out and see these places. They're spectacular as they are. So this is the Ute panels in Sego Canyon, and they are petroglyphs. One of the other panels here at Sego Canyon are the panel that is from the Fremont culture. Now, the Fremont culture kind of defines a broad range of people, but they're petroglyphs, which are literally right above my head here, are distinct trapezoidal type of humans. They kind of look like triangles with a flat base down here. Very, very distinctive type of petroglyphs. And once again, these are petroglyphs. These have been pecked into the side of the sandstone. So, and these are from the Fremont culture. So generally 300 to 1400. That's sort of the age range for these petroglyphs, and very old. And probably one of the reasons why they are so well protected is there is a little overhang on the cliff right above them that protects them and keeps them out of the weather. So keep in mind, they have been around. Let's just go with the 1400 date. So it's 2025 now. So they have been around for 625 years in this canyon. This is an outstanding panel of Fremont petroglyphs here in Sego Canyon. The oldest pictograph sites located in Sego Canyon are these directly right behind me, and these are the barrier style pictographs, and they're named barrier style after Barrier Canyon. Used to be Horseshoe Canyon in Canyonlands National Park. These are exceptionally rare and date back to almost 7,500 BCE to about 500. So they are old and rare. So these are pictographs. So these were painted onto the surface. Now, people out there will wonder, well, how does it get painted on, and how does it last for almost 10,000 years? Well, keep in mind, there's pigments in all of the rock that you see around us. For instance, the red is the pigment hematite, and it stains like no other. For those people who have been to Maui and you've ever seen the red dirt shirts in Hawaii, that's actually stained with hematite, and it's a very hard, fast stain. So the red that you see in these pictographs are hematite. The yellows would come from the mineral limonite, which is also a iron type of mineral. So you get reds and yellows from just the local rock around here. You mix it with a little bit of animal fat, you mix it with a little bit of water, mix it with some ground up berries that may potentially give you a little bit more red color, and you can paint it onto the surface. They are protected. So there is a huge overhang here, and it's directly right out of the winters and the summer rain blasts and winter blasts. So these have actually been protected for 10,000 years. Now, the barrier style pictographs are very unique, and they look very different from the other two panels that you have already seen. The anthropomorphic figures have kind of like hollow eyes and horns, or some people call them antennae. There's also birds associated with it. There's also snakes that you can see with it. So it makes this type of style very, very unique. So, and it's called the barrier style pictographs, and they are exceptionally rare. And if you ever see them, please don't touch them. The oils on your hands can actually change the way water interacts with the surface, and can actually destroy the pictographs. So these are exceptionally delicate. So please protect them for the future. Enjoy them. And barrier style, the oldest pictographs in Sego Canyon. Right behind me, and it's on private property, so obviously we cannot go any further than the fence, and we're not going to go any further than the fence. We're going to respect the private property. But some of the best barrier style pictographs are on this cliff face that you can see right behind me, including the three individuals. And I'll put a picture in here so you can see them up close and personal. Rock Doctor's son took some pictures, and then that way I can show you the almost life-size pictographs that are on this panel. So there are 4 individuals and some smaller individuals here. There are some other Fremont type pictographs, but they're further up. And then way far on panel clear over here are more Ute style petroglyphs. They've been pecked into the desert varnish. So right in this one little alcove, you have essentially all 3 styles that are located in Sego Canyon. You have the barrier style, which is the oldest, you have the Fremont, and you have the Ute petroglyphs right in this panel. Sego Canyon was also an exceptionally important canyon. Around about 1911, they started to extract coal out of Sego Canyon, and the town of Sego was established. Here you can see some of the remnants of the town of Sego, and all over the surface here are the remains of coal. All of that black stuff is coal that would have been extracted from the coal seams up Sego Canyon. So here is one of the ruins associated with the old town of Sego, and coal spread all over the surface here. Access to Sego was by way of train. They actually had a section of the train tracks that ran from Thompson Springs up to Sego Canyon to load the coal. So here you can see the remnants of the old train bridge, and then if you can see where we parked the car, directly right behind where we parked the car is an old train cut. And I'll walk over, you can see the train cut from a different angle, but there it went right up through the mountains, and that is how they accessed the coal mines up Sego Canyon, and it came down and hooked onto the main line at Thompson Springs. And directly behind where we were, there's the old train cut. The car is parked right in the middle of the train tracks, or what would have been train tracks in 1911. The train would have come right at the camera here. So imagine 1911, this would have been an active coal loading area. Another view of the old train bridge that came across, and then it went around and then right on down the canyon and headed out towards Thompson Springs. The last vestiges of the town of Sego is the old cemetery, which is still here up in the middle of the canyon. And and it is not in great shape, but there are a lot of graves here, and I'll just walk around. I don't need to speak during the whole filming of the cemetery, but there are a lot of graves here in the old Sego cemetery. And Rock Doctor Daughter is trying to get the drone ready, and I think we're going to try to get a drone shot of the Sego cemetery for you. So let me walk around and you can see some of the old graves. These would have all been from the coal mining days of Sego. Most of these graves have no markers, meaning the people that are buried here have been lost to the annals of time. Just nothing left except for the markers. There's one that at least has an American flag associated with it. Ooh, and a headstone. So here you go. 1946 to 1995, Vietnam veteran. Person was born in Italy, Giovanni, and died in Thompson Canyon, Utah, 1883 to 1918. Most of these people were probably, with the exception of the one that I just showed you, the Vietnam veteran, be willing to bet that a lot of these probably worked in the coal mines, and they were all coal workers. This is their view from the final resting spot of Sego Cemetery. This is their perpetual view. Not a bad view of Thompson's Canyon and Sego Canyon. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on our little adventure today through Thompson Springs, Utah. And that actually wasn't the goal of the video, as you now know, because you've made it to the end, which is fantastic. And we actually thank you for watching the entire video. So. But Thompson Springs wasn't the final destination. It was the fantastic canyon right behind us. So, what was the best thing that you saw today on the video?
The petroglyphs and pictographs in the private property area.
Yes. So within the video, we did not cross into the private property, but Rock Doctor Sun here took some photographs that we actually put into the video from outside of the fence, and so he was able to use his telephoto lens and make sure that you go back and you take a look at those pictographs and petroglyphs that were there. They were outstanding examples of the three types of rock art that we saw today, which were the Ute and
Borer.
How about Barrier Canyon?
That's the one, Barrier Canyon.
And then we have the Fremont. So in the comments, make sure you tell us which one that you thought was your favorite, the Ute style, the Barrier Canyon style, which was the oldest, or the Fremont style. So
I liked the Barrier Canyon style.
I actually, that's my favorite as well. So the pictographs in the Barrier Canyon style are phenomenal. So that's my favorite as well. So.
Really easy to see too.
They are.
They held up.
They've actually held up for almost 10,000 years. Those things they could go back 8,000 years, and we're in 2025, which makes them 10,025 years old.
If I remember the sign correctly, I believe it said 3500 BC to 500 AD.
That would be for the Fremont one, and actually you do remember that one absolutely correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the other one goes back to 7800 BCE.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch the video and see it again.
So yeah, so make sure you go back, take a look. Also, tell us in the comments which aspect of the video that you liked the best. Did you like the little history of Thompson Springs? Did you like the coal mining history of Sego, the Sego Cemetery? Or did you like the petroglyphs and pictographs? So make sure you leave us a comment. Please give us a thumbs up on the video. Leave the comment. And by all means, make sure that you
Like and subscribe.
subscribe for sure. So we're trying to get this channel up over 1,000. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button for us. So until next time, don't take a trip.
Let the trip take you.
We will be seeing you on down the road.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night.